All right, guys, today we're going to do area of a circle. Pretty easy. Well, I think it is pretty easy. I don't know much what else to say. Area of a circle. You can use, we have to use pi. There's a formula, and you all have a formula chart. You should. I told you to keep it. Pi is what we use. It's an irrational number. We talked about that at the beginning of the year. Pi is irrational. So it doesn't technically end, but we do round it to 2 decimal places so we can use it in these cases to find area of a circle. And we use 3.14. Or in some instances, you can use 22 over 7. I don't generally like to do that, but I'm going to show you one case where you would want to do that. It still would work with 3.14 though. Okay, guys, get ready for some examples. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to do area of a circle, and I'm starting super easy. So here is the formula. You should have a formula chart. Let me get it real quick. This is your formula chart. And under area, it has triangle, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezoid, and then circles at the bottom. And it tells you area equals pi r squared. Okay, so you need to know what is the A stands for, area. That's what we're looking for most of the time. Pi is 3.14, right? Or 22 over 7, whatever you want. R is radius. So now you need to know the difference in the radius and the diameter. The radius is halfway. The diameter is the entire length of the circle. So that's diameter, diameter, whatever you want to say, and then radius or radii. Radius is half of the diameter, half the circle. That's what we're looking for. So this is what you need to make sure you understand the difference in. Radius is half of the circle, okay? All right, so that's what we're looking for. And we have it. So times 7.1 squared, okay? So we know that squaring is timesing it by itself. So let's do that really quickly. 7.1 times 7.1. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 times 1 is 7. This is when, if you had a calculator, it comes in handy. 0. 1 times 7 is 7, and 7 times 7 is 49. And let's add this, 14, 10, 5. And we're going to bring our decimal 2 places. So now area is equal to 3.14 times 50.41. And yes, we had to square it first because we know that we follow PEMDAS rules. Parentheses, exponents, then multiplier divide, okay? So now 50.41 times 3.14. I wish I had a calculator right now. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Carry my 1. 0 times 4 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 5 times 4 is 20. 0. I'm going to scratch this out. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. And lay 2 eggs this time. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 0 times 3 is 0 plus 1 is 1. And then 15. All right, so we got 4, 7, 1, and 3 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 5, 1, and we're going to bring it over. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 decimal places. 2, 3, 4. And 158.2874. They probably want you to go 1 decimal place. I don't know. But if they did, it would be 158.3 because the 8 rounds that up. Okay? All right, so if you have a question, yes, it involves multiplying. Yes, you got to use you're going to have to use scratch paper today. There's no way around it. All right, guys, good luck. All right, guys, so this one's going to be a little easier, so make sure that you are practicing these on your own. So pause this, and you've got area equals pi r squared, and 12 feet is the diameter, but we're looking for the radius. So you're going to have that. So let's pause this and try this on your own. All right, welcome back. All right, so we know that I'm going to fill in underneath, okay? Guys, please make sure that when you're working these out that you're doing it just like this. Like write the formula out and then plug in underneath. Okay, pi is 3.14, and the radius is half of 12, which is 6. So 6 squared, okay? I know 6 squared, 6 times 6 is 36. So we have area equals 3.14 times 36. This is a little bit easier, isn't it? It's going to be a lot easier. 3.14 times 36. All right, 4 times 6 is 24. Carry my 2. 1 times 6 is 6 plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, now scratch it. 4 times 3 is 12. The 2 can stay, but the 1 got to go. And 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, 0, 13, 11, and 2. So the area of this one, and they are wanting us to round it to the nearest tenth, 113.04, it's going to be 113 because the 4 is not going to mess with the 0. All right, guys. We have one more. I'm going to show you this one where you use 22/7, but it does require a lot of deep thinking for that one. Okay. Okay, guys, so this is going to be a case where you would use 22/7, excuse me, 4 pi. And I'm going to show you why, all right? All right, so let's look at this. We've got 42, so we have to half that. Half of 42 is 21. So pause this and try to do this. If you want to pause this and do this with 3.14 and make sure you get the same answer as me, I'm fine with that. I'm going to do 22/7 for you guys. All right, so area equals 22/7 times 21, and I could just do times 21 again if I wanted to. Or you could just do 21 times 21 over here. But I'm going to do it like this in this case. All right, so we've got 22/7 times 21/1, basically, right? And I'm going to cross reduce, and I know that 7 will go into 21 3 times, and it will go in there 1 times, and 3 times 22 is 66, right? So area equals 66 times 21. All right, so let me erase this, and now I'm going to do 66 times 21. 6, 6, 0, 12, and we have 6, 8, 3, 1. So the area of this circle is 1,386 yards, meters, whatever it is. All right, so next what we're going to do is we do have to learn how to do semicircles, so half circles, which we just use the same formula. We just divide it by 2 at the end, okay? So we got one more example. We're going to do a semicircle because you may see that. All right, guys. One more and we're done. All right, guys, so we have a half circle, sorry. And pi r squared. We want to determine the area of this half circle. Now look, this is 14 centimeters, and we know that we have to find the radius half of that, okay? So we have area equals, and since the radius half of 14 is 7, I'm going to use 22/7 on this one, y'all, times 7 times 7, okay, or 7 squared. We could do 7 squared. Let's do that, times 7 squared. All right, so I know 7 squared is what? 49, okay? So we have 22/7 times 49. All right, now I can cross reduce, and that's going to be 1, 7. So let me do this over here because it's 14, 15. So 154 is the area of this circle, centimeters squared. Ooh, no, it's not. That would be if it was a whole circle. So see, ooh, Miss Mitchell. So area equals 154 of the whole circle, but we just want half. So we're going to divide that by 2. And that will be 77, I believe. Let me do that in my head. 7, 14, yep. 77 centimeters squared. Okay, now, what if they asked me to find a quarter of it? Let's say they gave you the entire circle, okay, and then they said, find this quarter, just this shaded part. Okay, so instead of dividing 154 by 2, in half, we would divide it by fourths, and that would give us that. So let's do that real quick, because they may ask you that, a quarter circle. 4 goes into 15 3 times. 34, it goes 34, it goes in there 8 times, that's 32. We have 2, we've got to add decimal. And 38.5. So for a quarter circle, it would have been 38.5. Now we could have done the 77 and divided that in half too. That would have worked also. All right, guys. If you have a question, please ask it. Otherwise, good luck on your quizzes.